What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's Daniel, and welcome back to our video. Today, I'm doing race 6 for the 2025 Toyota Mart 350. Let's go ahead and just jump straight into it. This weekend, the NASCAR Cup Series heads to Sonoma Raceway, a 1.99-mile road course that can be very treacherous from time to time, but also can have a lot of long green flag runs and some pretty solid racing from time to time as well. The last time we ran at Sonoma Raceway, we saw Kyle Larson pick up his third win of the 2024 season. He'll look to come into this weekend looking to get his series leading fourth win of 2025 this weekend at Sonoma Raceway. So now, let's go ahead and jump into picks. But before we go ahead and jump into picks, let's take a look at the weather for this weekend. So the weather for this weekend is actually looking really promising. It's going to be 79 degrees high with 56 degrees as the low with a 10% chance of rain with partly cloudy skies. Going to be actually some really nice weather for this time around during the middle portion of July. The weather's going to be nice. You might need some jacket early in the morning, but the weather should be solid and should be really, really good for this weekend's NASCAR Cup Series race at Sonoma Raceway. So now, let's go ahead and jump into picks. Normally for the Cup Series, I got 2 suck picks, 2 underdog picks, a winner's pick, and 5 drivers you need to watch out for. But because we are going to a road course this weekend, I got 3 suck picks, 3 drivers who I expect to struggle this weekend, have not had the pace and speed in recent weeks, or have not been having the best finishes. I do 3 underdog picks, 3 drivers who desperately need to get around who I think will be really good this weekend, or really good at this type of track and under fun equipment. And I do my winner's pick, the driver thinks is going to win the race overall, and I got 7 drivers you need to watch out for along with the race winner. So now, let's just jump into picks. Who are my suck picks for the 2025 Toyota Mart 350? My first suck pick for this weekend at Sonoma Raceway is a driver of the 24 car for Hendrick Motorsports, William Byron. Now, William Byron is a pretty good road course racer as he's won multiple road course races in his NASCAR Cup Series career. However, this 2014's been on a really big slump as of late. In the last 5 or 6 races in the NASCAR Cup Series, William Byron's had 4 finishes of 27th or worse. And it just doesn't seem like this 2014 has a ton of momentum currently at the moment. Now, historically, William Byron has been pretty good at Sonoma Raceway in the past, but I just don't trust the speed of the 2014 currently at the moment. They're a little bit too inconsistent for my liking. They don't have the consistent pace and speed. I think it's going to be a struggle, and I think William Byron, unfortunately, will not have the best run. I think he will not run really good this weekend at Sonoma Raceway. My second suck pick for this weekend at Sonoma Raceway is a driver of the 21 car for the Wood Brothers, Josh Berry. Since picking up his win at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, which is race 5 of the season, he has only scored 1 top 10 finish, and that was a top 10 at Kansas Speedway, where he finished in 6th place. Outside of that, this number 21 team's either been in the middle of the pack or have been struggling all season long. And Josh Berry's road course racing numbers have not been very impressive in the NASCAR Cup competition. So because of that, I think Josh Berry is unfortunately going to struggle. I don't think he's going to have the pace and speed. I don't think they're going to bring good stuff this weekend. I sadly think Josh Berry will not have the best run. I think unfortunately ends up struggling this weekend at Sonoma Raceway. And my third and final suck pick for this weekend at Sonoma is the driver of the 3 car for Richard Childress Racing, Austin Dillon. Austin Dillon historically is not the best road course racer in the field. This 3 team just doesn't have the pace and speed on a consistent basis as well. After having 3 straight top 10 finishes earlier in the year, he's had 4 finishes of like 20 for worse in recent weeks, and it doesn't seem like there's any momentum currently at the moment with the number 3 team at the second. So I think it's going to be a little bit of a struggle for Austin Dillon this weekend. I think it's going to be tough for him to be a major factor this weekend. I think there'll be some struggles, and I don't think it'll be the best run for Austin Dillon this weekend at Sonoma Raceway. And now we're going to go ahead and jump on the underdog picks for the 2025 Toyota Mart 350. Who are my underdog picks? My first underdog pick for this weekend at Sonoma Raceway is a driver's 60 car for RFK Racing, Ryan Preece. Now, when you think of a road course racer, you don't think much of Ryan Preece. Despite this, Ryan Preece, the last couple road course races, he's been very, very good. He ran top 10 at Chicago and showed really good speed at Mexico City as well. On top of that, in the last 5 or 6 or 7 races we have seen Cup competition, he has scored 5 or 6 top 10 finishes. He's been one of the more consistent guys in the field as of late. He does have an ARCA Western win here, I believe, back in 2017 or 2018. I think he's going to have a good chance for a good run. I think Ryan Preece could be a factor for maybe a top 10 this weekend at Sonoma. My second underdog pick for this weekend at Sonoma Raceway is the driver of the 48 car for Hendrick Motorsports, Alex Bowman. Now, Alex Bowman historically has not been great at Sonoma Raceway, but this 48 team is starting to show a lot more consistent pace and speed. He has had 4 straight finishes of 11th or better and 3 top 10s in that same span as well. And I like where the 48 team is headed. Yes, I think he needs a win to make, for sure, get himself in the playoffs, but he's been doing a really, really good job. I think Bowman will be a factor for at least a really solid and a really good finish with Hendrick Motorsports this weekend at Sonoma Raceway. And my third and final underdog pick for this weekend at Sonoma is the driver of the 23 car for 2311 Racing, Bubba Wall. Despite the fact that Bubba Wall struggled at Chicago, I think his road course prowess has definitely gotten a lot better, especially since working with Tyler Reddick. He's been pretty good at Sonoma in the past. I think Bubba could have a good run this weekend. I don't think it'll be a major factor for the win, but I think a top 15 is doable if he just doesn't get any carnage or any problems this weekend. If he can do that, I think we'll have a good chance, and I think he'll show some solid pace and speed. We'll see what Bubba Wall can do, but I think Bubba's in for a pretty solid and pretty good run this weekend, where I think he'll at least get a top 50 finish and stop the bleeding and get a title medal. And now we'll go ahead and jump on to the winner's pick for the 2025 Toyota Save Mart 350. Who am I picking to win? The driver who I'm picking to win this weekend in the NASCAR Cup Series race at Sonoma is absolutely a no-brainer. This guy has won three out of 33 races he's entered in his career, and this guy's already won 2 races so far in 2025. I think he's going to tie the other 3 drivers who've won 3 races, that being Kyle Larson, Christopher Bell, and of course Denny Hamlin. I am picking Shane Van Gisbergen to pick up his 4th career NASCAR Cup Series victory and his 3rd win of 2025. Shane Van Gisbergen is the best road course racer in the field. He's of course run the Xfinity Series race the prior day as well, which I think he's the favorite to win that race. I think he's going to continue his domination on road courses. He's been the guy to beat so far this year on the road course tracks, and I know that a lot of the Cup guys are going to probably be closer this week in the Shane Van Gisbergen, but at the end of the day, I think they're going to bring the pace and speed for SVG, and I think Shane Van Gisbergen will get it done and score his 3rd win of 2025 this weekend at Sonoma Raceway with the Trackhouse Racing team. And now we're going to go ahead and jump on the drivers you need to watch out for this weekend at Sonoma. Who should you have your eyes out on? The first driver you need to watch out for this weekend at Sonoma is the driver of the 71 car for Spire Motorsports, Michael McDowell. Say what you want to say about Chicago and SVG's dominance. Michael McDowell was the only guy the whole entire race that could keep up with Shane Van Gisbergen. And Michael McDowell, remember, finished runner-up in this race last year with Front Row Motorsports. I think McDowell will be a contender for the win. He's looking for his first Cup win since 2023 at Indy. I think they're going to bring the pace and speed. I think Michael McDowell will have a good chance and opportunity for a great finish and contend maybe for his first win in quite some time in NASCAR Cup competition. The second driver to watch out for this weekend at Sonoma is a driver of the 9 car for Hendrick Motorsports, Chase Elliott. Chase Elliott has been closing in on the regular season points lead, only sitting 12 points behind the points lead currently at the moment. And Chase Elliott and this 9 team have been pretty good at Sonoma Raceway in the past. Chase has led laps here before, and he finished runner-up back in 2021. I think they're going to bring a lot of good speed this weekend for Chase Elliott to have a chance and opportunity. I think it's going to be a good run. I think Elliott will be a factor for a potential win, and maybe he gets the second win in the last 3 races this weekend at Sonoma. The third driver we need to watch out for this weekend at Sonoma is the driver of the 5 car for Hendrick Motorsports, Kyle Larson. Yes, Kyle Larson doesn't have the same dominant speed he had early in the season, but this historically is one of Kyle Larson's best tracks, as he has 5 poles and he has 2 wins at this track. Kyle Larson, I think, is going to have a good chance to go up against Shane Van Gisbergen. He's looking for his first win since Kansas earlier in the year, where he dominated. I think he'll be up there going for the win against Shane Van Gisbergen. I think they're going to bring the pace and speed. I think he's in for a really strong and good run this weekend at Sonoma Raceway with Hendrick. The fourth driver you need to watch out for this weekend at Sonoma is a driver of the 8 car for Rich Schultz Racing, Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch rallied to score a top 5 finish at Chicago, and historically Kyle Busch has been very good at the track of Sonoma, as he's only scored 2 finishes outside of the top 10 in the last 10 races we ran there, and 6 top 5s during that same span as well. I think Kyle Busch will be a factor for a potential win. He nearly got a top 5 last year before getting turned by Ross Chastain. I think Kyle Busch will be a factor, and I think he'll have a good chance and strong opportunity for a really strong and really good run this weekend at Sonoma Raceway. The fifth driver you watch out for this weekend at Sonoma is a driver of the 54 car for Joe Gibbs Racing, Ty Gibbs. This 54 team has a lot of momentum currently at the moment. In the last 5 or 6 races, he's had no finishes of worse than 14th and has had multiple top 10s in that same span as well, and has jumped inside the top 20 in the regular season standings. I think Ty Gibbs is going to be a factor for another good run. This type of track where he's been very good at in the past. I think they'll bring some really good pace and speed. I think Ty Gibbs will be a factor for a potential win this weekend at Sonoma Raceway. The sixth driver you need to watch out for this weekend at Sonoma is a driver of the 17 car for RFK Racing, Chris Buescher. When Chris Buescher doesn't get a top 10, it's usually pretty fluky because he's one of the most consistent guys in the field. And Buescher's been pretty good at Sonoma in the past, as he almost won the race last year and early won the race in 2022 here. I think Buescher's got a really good chance to maybe get a 7th career NASCAR Cup Series win. He's been pretty good at Sonoma in the past. I think the RFK cars are going to show some pretty solid speed this weekend. I think he will be up there contending for a potential win this weekend at Sonoma with the RFK Racing team. And the 7th final driver that I think you need to watch out for this weekend at Sonoma is a driver of the 45 car for 2311 Racing, Tyler Reddick. Outside of a bad run at Mexico, he's been generally very, very good at the road courses. I think that Mexico race was a fluke because Reddick had really good speed at Chicago and finished inside the top 5. I expect things to continue getting back to normal. I think we'll have a very good chance and opportunity to get that first win of the season. It's been almost over a year since he last picked up a win at Michigan. It's been quite some time. He's looking to snap that winless streak he's had for almost a year at this point. I think we'll have a good chance and opportunity to make, at Homestead, so it's been about half a season at this point. I think he'll look to snap that and might be a factor for a potential win this weekend at Sonoma. So, those are my race picks for the 2025 Toyota Save Mart 350 at Sonoma. Just a reminder, my side picks are William Byron, Josh Berry, Austin Dillon. My underdog picks are Ryan Preece, Alex Bowman, Bubba Walls. My winner's pick is Shane Van Gisbergen. And the ones to watch out for are Michael McDowell, Chase Elliott, Kyle Larson, Kyle Busch, Ty Gibbs, Chris Buescher, and Tyler Reddick. Those are my race picks. So that is going to be for the race picks video for the 2025 Toyota Save Mart 350 at Sonoma. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, notifications on, so if I win a video, it does go live on my channel. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and support me on Patreon as well. Let's go jump below that and comment your thoughts below on today's video and your picks for this weekend. What are your picks for this weekend? Let me know it in the comments below. Let me know your suck picks, your underdog picks, your winner's pick, and let me know the drivers you're watching out for this weekend at Sonoma. Let me know them in the comments below. We're going to have probably some news coming out later today, so expect a news video coming out. Tomorrow there is going to be a NASCAR news video dropping and Xfinity race picks as well. Then on Thursday also we're going to have the Penske video dropping in a later portion of the afternoon. We might have 2 news videos dropping, who knows. And then of course on Friday we'll have the schedule predictions likely for 2026. I'm going to do that this Friday, and we'll have Xfinity qualifying reactions as well. We'll have Cup qualifying reactions on Saturday, along with the Xfinity review, and then, of course, on Sunday, we'll start a lineup video for the Cup race at Sonoma, and we'll have the race review as well. We're going to have content coming, people like Haley Deegan, Shaman Gisbergen, Carl Edwards, Kurt Busch, Kyle Busch, Bubba Waltz, Ross Chassis, Cleveland Farm, Dodge Ram, Chase Elliott, Kyle Larson, Ryan Preece, Sam Ayers, Sheldon Creed, Tony Breidinger, Kaylee Bryson, you name it. We'll talk about all that kind of stuff along with Ross Chastain, Brad Keselowski, and Bo Wallace in 2011 from Road Junior Motorsports, Connor Zilch, Karskov, all the good stuff we'll be talking about on the channel in the coming days and weeks. So anyways, like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching today's episode, and I'll see you guys next time for more great, awesome NASCAR content, other motorsports content on the channel like this. Take care, everybody.